Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. We are planning by commission and things are going great. Look at those numbers. We're over 40 million in budget. I've done a few things in between. We're taking a ride along on our awesome ships here on the Chaos Flow. Some of the things you guys have been mentioning, and thank you so much for all the comments and support, both in the Discord and in the and on the YouTube comments. Replace the older vehicles. We'll look at that, setting up something standard there. Passenger boats and planes is something that you would like to see, so we'll work on that. Oil delivery has gone nice and smooth over here. Look at that guy at the back there. Seems like it's difficult to maneuver this thing from. More ride-alongs, straight bridge at Genesis. Yeah, okay, so more ride-alongs. We're currently doing one of those. It's pretty cool, I think, actually. A straight bridge at Genesis. I'll show you about that. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so that's been our ride-along there. I hope it's been a pretty decent ride. We've gone from this station or pickup or platform or whatever, Genesis Annex over here, all the way to the oil depots on the other side and back. Okay, so the straight bridge that we should be talking about is over here. So you're suggesting we do a straight shot over here, and I do absolutely agree with that. Whether it's something we're going to do in this episode, I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't think it's going to be really that important for us to do that straight away. But I have made a few changes. So remember last time I've had the freight rail on the outside and the passenger rail on the inside. Thanks to some comments, John, I believe, was the commenter on that. I never even thought about just putting them side by side. I've now put them side by side. So this side is now the freight. Split things up along here a little bit. I've dropped the, I think that was done already. I've split them up, basically split them up. So now we've got passenger rail running on this side and freight rail on the other side. Okay, and even this funky weird bridge over there has gone away. I've taken it out. Now it's much smoother and simpler. So all of that works really, really well. So that was the first thing that I've done. I did remove the freight rail completely. So there's no mixed, I removed the freight from the passenger train. So now the passenger trains are just kind of running on the main line over here and making a fair bit of money. Ban upon Chaos Flow all the way over there does not generate a lot of passenger transport yet, but I'm assuming we will get there at some point. What are we actually giving them here? Very little of the required stuff, so it's not a growing city just yet. So that's one of the things that we will need to focus on. So what are we going to do today? I think we are extending the main line north to whatever this town is. So I think the first thing we need to do, and then we'll branch out over here for some food. I think that's going to be an awesome little branch to do through here as well. And potentially even over there. So it can be a, we'll see what we can do with that. This can also then provide a starting point for potentially a little bit of boat traffic, ship traffic for passengers as well, maybe in the not too distant future. But let's call this this town something else, and it's going to be called after one of the loyal supporters frequently on the Discord, Malush or Maluch. I'm not too sure how you would pronounce it, but this will be Malushburg. Okay, and its code is going to be Mug. I like it. Malushburg over here. There we go, and that is the newest town, and the main line is heading in this direction. I'm going to slow down stuff just a tad, just so that we can now go ahead and focus on building this. So the two important components is for us to run, is to run the various lines. So let's quickly grab that. I'm not going to do, how much more expensive is high-speed line? If we do high-speed line, let's just do up to there. That's like 100k. That's maybe too expensive. If we do that very same thing over there, it's not that much more expensive. And the question is, should we start maybe installing some high-speed line? I think so. I think let's install it. Since it's not that much more expensive, I think let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to try and run it pretty straight over here. We need to imagine that these guys needs to come in over here and join, and then we need to bridge it, right? So let's slowly start building this thing out and through the forests over here. I'm going to try and run it as straight as possible. It's obviously still doing a pretty steep descent over here that we will need to do, but I'm thinking at somewhere we would like to actually raise it up. So let's go ahead and start raising it up. Oh, some new trams we can use. So if we do a little bit of this, I'm kind of tempted that, is that going to be, it's going to allow us to go over here. So now if we instead go straight like this, I think that'll be high enough over here as well. Just get a style of bridge that can actually, if we go over there, we should also be able to, just going to try and run it straight. Yeah, they should be fine for ships to go through there. And to be honest, we could probably start dropping it down and still have the ships be able to clear it. Yeah, that's going to be cool. So let's do this on the way down through there. Is that a nice little... Yeah, I think that's probably a little better right there. Good, let's do that. Let's build that, and then all we need to do is try and get it up to... No. At some point you need to straighten it out for me, please. No tunnel. Oh, well, there we go. We're on the ground. I would like you to, stay on there. Excellent. That's perfect. And now we can make our turn towards that direction. So let's do that. So that's the first one. Now we'll go and do the next one. Should be just as smooth. Nice. That's working. 300k is what we're getting on that one. Now let's try and see what can we do with this one. We've got the X outside. So let's... we need to run it straight for a little bit. Something like that. And then we can try and turn it at a decent rate. I'm thinking about 150. Yeah, 150 could be a good number for us. So it's a little slower than I would necessarily like it. It's about the half the speed this kind of rail can accommodate, but it's still pretty good. So 150 around the corner over here. And then, of course, we're going to have to cross here. So let's go ahead and do that and then see what can we do to get up here at any kind of decent... Let's try it from the other side instead. So if we run another one, say up to here. Yeah, this is probably the one that we should have done. So do that, and then, no, not from there. Now let's try and turn it out at 100. Yeah, I'm not sure 150 is going to work here. Okay, so if we do that, presumably we should be able to do that. Let's give it a try. Let us give it a try. Can we... Does not... Anyway, into town. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe... cancel. Let's redo this again. Let's kind of split the difference, and we'll try and get it to a number that that's not quite 150, but hopefully still like maybe 130 or 120 at least. So if we do 130 over here, so something like that, and we'll bring it in straight across there, and we try and bring it back in here. That seems to be splitting the difference around pretty properly. So let's tie that in there. Let's trim back on this one. It's not the greatest way, but it's our freight rail, so it's not the end of the world. I think what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and prioritize getting our passenger rail at the highest speed. and then going trimming back on the speed a little bit, hopefully not too much, on our freight rail. So 125 is the slowest section over here, which is very decent, I might add. 130 all the way over here as we get a little closer away, further away, and then we'll run it straight up here, all the way across, all the way till there. Nice. And now we've got our main line crossing the chaos flow yet again. Multiple crossings of the chaos flow is happening, but that's, I think, pretty smooth. It's a pretty smooth transition, considering this will probably have similar kind of limitations, even though it seems like this might be a little smoother. But anyway, I'm quite kind of happy with what we've got over there. Now let's head towards Malushburg over there. I'm thinking pretty straight through here and then up towards the town. Yeah, that'll be good. Nice, let's do that. Let's tie the rest in. We're still making tons of money while we do this, and that's part of the coolness of having a very solid foundation of our line and our company. Now, can we run through here at 300 with very minor modifications to the countryside? So we'll do that. We'll continue to run the extra lines. Come on. I can't quite understand why you're not allowing me to tie in. Why is this not snapping? Are we having the right... We've got the right lines on it, right? This is not good. You should be snapping onto this side. All right? Oh, there it is. Got it snapped. There we go. Believe that should work. Let's trim this thing a little. And now what we can do is we can slowly start to... Ooh. Now, where are we heading towards? We are heading towards there. So we can take this quite wide. But I would like us to try and remain on the ground, which is not going to be feasible for the most part, it seems. Okay, what we'll do is we'll try and continue straight down here. Okay, something like this. And we'll continue straight. Excellent. Actually, that worked really well. So just the continued straight there should help us out. And now we'll check what we can do in terms of that turn. And one of the things we can do can get it almost, oh, we can get it up to 300. Let's do that. There we go. We'll get it up to 300 over there. And then one of the things that I'm very keen to do is actually set up a station for this directly on the main line. But what we'll do is we'll have a little station connection. We'll see how exactly we do that. Yeah, I'll show you. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to grab just a very standard, we'll keep it on high speed. We'll go to 240. And what I'll do is I'm going to, no. Interesting that it wants to tie it in straight over there though. So but what I would like us to do is just try and get it as, can you, yeah, that should be fine. So if we do, can I link it up on the side of it? I can. Okay, what I'm going to do then is let's run the tracks first. Let's get the straight section through here. And across there. Nice. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to try and bring in a freight. Yeah, that doesn't quite want to fit, does it? If we shift, is that about right? Look, I don't mind us tweaking it just a tad. I think that I can get it as close to that as possible. Something like that should work. Okay, that's going to be, oh, that's not the station I want. Okay, let's hang on. Let's, instead of demolishing everything, let's go back. Oh, we probably did need to demolish everything. Okay, let's demolish the entire thing. Sorry. Sorry about that. We'll get a bit of a refund for that, though. Back to this. We want freight. Instead, you guys probably were shouting at me about that. So I'm going to do it right over here. Believe that should be okay. Something like this. Fine. Good. Now we've got a freight station over here. Now let's trim these back, and I'll show you what we will be making this as part of the ooh, no, don't do that, now I want to configure here. So for this, let's add some of these lines. Okay, and we'll do some freight. So now we've got the passengers, the freights through here, and the pickup on the other side. Okay, so that's kind of what I have in mind here. I'm not sure if it'll work perfectly, but it'll be okay for now. Let's get some platforms in there. We'll just get the freight platform on the other side. I hate it when it does that, and I tend to do it all the time. Auto saving, get that out there, trim this one back, and we'll put the right one in there. Okay, so this is kind of what we've got going on through here. We should be able to connect that up over here quite easily. Now let's trim back our line just a little bit. I'm hoping that will still remain a nice and smooth connection over here. Ooh, why? Why does that happen? Okay, what we'll do is we'll trim it back a little more. Presumably, I'm thinking we're a little low, but let's try that. If we do this again, why does it do that? We had 300 all the way. Okay, trim back a little more. Okay, now let's try that one more time and see if that now helps us out. It's not 300, but it's pretty close. It's pretty damn close. So let's just do that. Not the end of the world, 275, because I've got a little slag down over here. And we'll run the other one, hopefully back all the way over here with a quite easy tie-in. Construction is not going to be possible, so we'll just have to do it section by section. Like so. I don't quite get why sometimes it does have a little bit of a problem, but you end up being able to fix it pretty easily. Up to there and through here. Okay. No, get straight into that. A little bit of a slowdown as we get this curve, which is okay. I'm gonna be able to deal with that. Then we'll get tied in over there. Now, Malushberg over here needs to get passenger services as well as freight. And what I do like to do is split them on both sides of the town. So maybe freight over here, even though our residential is associated on the other side of the town. But we can have a residential up over here and freight in here. Yeah, I think that can work. And then we'll bring them both back, tie them in. So maybe even the residential, maybe even the passenger rail will have to run through here. But we could also just get the station to keep the station together. Is that something we can do? Let's have a look. If we build, and we need to bear in mind that passengers are on that side, right? So if we build something big, right, something like this, right, 240, we tie it in like that. What is actually, what is our direction of travel going to be? I think we're going to go up to... Now, the question is, we can do some other stuff over here. We don't need to hit both these towns. We can come... Yeah, but we'll probably need to run here and come to Newton Abbot into this area. So if we run it along the river somewhere over here and come in there, we could hit that town. We can decide on that a little bit later. There are other towns out over here that we potentially need to deal with. at some point, and for that reason we can do a pretty big station over here at Malushburg. So if we maybe do it somewhere over here, let's try and straighten it up a little like this, right? Not too fond of us getting hitting the contours the way we're hitting them. So maybe actually that kind of station stop there is going to be the right thing for us. So let's do this, okay? Now, if we configure, the idea is that we need at least 2 passenger platforms. We could even... I'm kind of thinking if we wanted to do a branch line off over here, then maybe this is not the right answer for us. Maybe what we do instead, whoops, that's the wrong one. Maybe what we do instead is we do another platform. So there's a bit of a branch line that can join. Then we'll add some more tracks. Okay. Then we'll do another platform. Wow, these things are getting a little bit massive now. Then obviously we would like another set of tracks over here. Okay, and now the question is, how far can we go? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go pretty wide actually. So let's do all of that. Now we've got plenty of additional tracks through here. Look at those big catenaries through there. Okay, so this is passenger platforms. Then we have passenger rail bypass. We've got freight rail bypass, and now we need freight rail. And let's do something like that, and then yeah, that looks pretty sweet. And then we'll get some platforms over here. Wow, look at this. Look at that. And the question is, do we do yet another rail? I wouldn't mind doing one more rail here, so we at least have the 2. And what I'll do is I'll add an extra. Do we need? Can we do this? No, we cannot. We need to do platform / building thingy over here. So let's just get platform here, something like that. That should be more than sufficient over there, and we'll get a nice big cargo building with street access somewhere on the edge over here, and that's gonna be here into the industrial area. Nice, I like it. We'll tie this in quite nicely. Okay, so there we go. A massive, most massive of stations, and I'm kind of tempted to configure it a little bit differently. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Now let's bring in our rail, and that's going to be where we add that and extend our lines. So we do not we run these for straight line as best we can. Don't do that. There we go. There we go, and there we go. Nice, that's good. Don't mind that too much, although our tie-ins might be a little problematic. Now let's see how best we can run this riverside. We need to bear in mind that we're going to have to turn back in. So if we tilt it back that way a little bit, it's probably for the best. And we run it forward, and we tie it in over here. Oh man, we're getting our 300 Ks into there. Let's just make sure we're tying into the right one. Yep, that's the right one we want to tie into over here. And now we can slow down the others. But I think that's quite good here. It is a little bit of a raise, but I like it. I like it. Now let's bring back all of these lines, and we'll have our big main line come in all the way. Can you tie in here, or do you have a collision? You do have a collision. Let's run it up to there. To there, and now we should be able to tie in all the way. Look at that. Our main line is really powerful, and it's not. We're making money as quickly as we're spending it, and that's a very good sight. I love it. I love seeing that, because that means we're heading in the right direction, literally and figuratively. Okay, now get that last line in there, and then I want to just do some tie-ins and start putting some services on here. And then there's going to be lots of cleanup and connections and things that we're going to need to do. No, that doesn't want to tie in straight away. So let's tie in up to here. And we'll get the last section across over there and in there. Okay, now, with this in mind, what I'm thinking, we probably need to run. Okay, so the idea is that you tie in over there at a pretty rapid pace. So something like 125 into there is not bad. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to try and tie you into the second line here at a pretty decent pace. So up to about there. 117 seems to be the best we can do, slowing down the other lines as well. Alternatively, we have the option of coming out and switching. All right, if we do switches over here, can we get a pretty decent switch here? That's the question. Okay, let's trim this thing back. I want to just double check if from a switch perspective we can get this to work a little bit better. If we say we're gonna switch over here at high speed, 150. Okay, but if we do 150 switch, okay, which I'm quite comfortable with, can we now get a decent speed here? We cannot. We cannot, and that's just too slow. That's just too slow. Unless we switch across here. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get some real fast infrastructure in place. So if we do 170, 180, a switch at 180, right, like that is really smooth. And then what we'll do is we will come out of here at least 180 as well. Okay, there we go. And then we'll tie off of that to go in here. Yeah, 121 starts to get a little slow. But anyway, this is up to 300 yet again to get in there. Okay, so let's see if we then tie off. We've tied off one. Can we continue that? How much can we do? How much can we get there? Oh man, 180. Ooh, and then we get 118 for that split. But anyway, they're both on the side. So I'm comfortable with doing that. What I'll do is I'm just gonna run some lines up here, just so that we don't get any interference with the town right in this area where we're gonna have to expand that. Let's quickly configure this. I'm very keen to. Can I, instead of putting the passenger building all the way over there, can I put it on this side? Apart from the collision, of course. So what I'm interested in doing is, let's do this. Let's get the platform in here. Yeah. Let's do that. That's my plan. Okay. We'll get our passenger building. We'll get the nice big one over there. Right over here. Actually, that's going to work really well, I think. Let's put it something like that. We'll try and add ourselves a little bit of niceties on the sides there, just so the building looks pretty decent. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Now, can we? I'm gonna get rid of the other one. We don't have to get rid of the other one. Let's leave it like that. But what I do want to do is put our nice little walkways over here. So you can get onto all the platforms over there. That's pretty good. That's awesome. We'll make sure to put some coverings over the top of that. There we go. And we'll extend the coverings down here a little bit. There we go. Nice. So now we've got a massive station through here that allows bypass traffic at a very high speed through here, and we will even have very high speed switch connections in here for the freight. We need to do something very similar on this side though, but I'm hoping they're pretty close really. Okay, now let's tie these two in. Spending a bit of time on this, but I'm quite comfortable to do so. So if we try and get that off at very, very high speed. So let's say, let's say like 170. Then from there, we try in over here at 150 and we just slow it down. But what we also do is we tie in into this at a full like 300. So there we go. So that's our tie in over here, and then what we'll do is we'll just do another switch from here to about there. Nope, we'll pull it back even more so we can see about getting a very high speed switch going. 200. Wow, that's not that, we won't have those kind of train movements through there. So that's pretty high speed switch. So we can get into all of this, and wow, that is massive. Now we're running through these. So that's not being used at the moment, so I'm not going to be worried about that. Look at our money still going up in spite of us building absolutely massive infrastructure over here. Now let's tie in some of the things that we need first. So we definitely need some of these buildings. So if we do this, right? If we turn it around, oh, that's going to be beautiful. If they, however, tie together, that's it. That's the spot. That's the spot. Can we tie it back? Oh, a little more closer. If we do that, right? Kind of wonder if we can, should we move it back a little? If we move that entire thing back one by one, I'm gonna spend some more money over here. So let's demolish this side, that side, and this one. We're gonna move it over a tad. Let's start with one of these right on the edge. There, we're gonna bring this guy in over there. Hopefully that's going to just work a little bit better. I'm not going to mess around with it too much more than that. Okay, there we go. So now that one's in a little closer still. Now let's grab this thing again. So it's just got a different kind of loop angle. Yeah, I think that'll work. If we try this one, where do we need it to? Actually, maybe that's even better. Okay, I'm tying it in over there. That's good. Now let's get some roads together over here. I'm gonna grab just something like this. Maybe we're gonna see. Can we? Oh man, that's beautiful. Can we give it a little bit more of a twist? I like it. It just looks so smooth that way instead. I like that. I like that. Now, what we could do is, this is just some bus stops, right? We can't do that, but can we, if we do this, it puts bus stops on the road, so you'll have to kind of do a little section. Can they actually pass? Oh, it seems like they can. So it's a little passing section. So if we have a small road somewhere like this, and then we do this, it's a slightly widening of it, and that's kind of how it looks. I'm not going to place it in there, by the way, and to be honest, we're going to have to trim this back a little. I'm going to run it out of there, and then we're going to run some kind of a station for our cargo over here. Okay, so I'm going to do, actually, we're going to turn it like this. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. Then we're going to configure this. We're going to extend these things. Okay, a little bit. Something like that should be fine. Oh, that's maybe one too many. Let's trim that back. We'll get ourselves an additional street access over here. Look at that. Look at that. Then we just have to sneak by there. Now, let's get out of here. We'll get ourselves some roads. Something like that. Maybe, is there something else that we can use? I think that's okay. I think that's fine. What is that? A slim truck zone. Oh, interesting. So if we do a little bit of straight section, then we go and tie that in like that, and we try and run it. Yeah, very interesting. That might not be great though. Let's trim that back. We'll see. Maybe we just leave it as is. And what I'm definitely going to do is tie it in on this side like so. Now look at that. How awesome is that? What I'm also going to do is I'm going to just make sure we tie this one back over there. So there's oh, look at this. Look at this. I love it. Love it. Okay. So with that in mind, what do we have that's walking distance to this station? Whoops. Very little really. So we will need to set up maybe a little bit of a line. Now, it can quite comfortably do a turnaround and just do a drop off somewhere over here. Probably needs another turnaround. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of road. I'm going to trim it, go it straight in there. That's going to cost us a little bit of cash. No, don't do that. It just automatically built the entire thing for me. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of a bus stop right over here. We just need the one. Yeah, just like that. And then we'll extend the rest up here. Actually, I'm going to do a bit of this first. Oops. And a bit of that in there. Oh, I did pause the game. Okay, now, yeah, because they started doing some weird stuff. And at the same time, we may look at getting a very small, like, is there a passenger street, very small green track, 2-lane priority green track with speed limit of 70, enable bus and tram. Okay, well, that's fine. Kind of tempted to run a little bit of a road through here. So, but anyway, all of that is not going to work for us really well. We could do a little one-way and run. No, if we do one-way, it's going to be pretty pointless, I think, for the most part. Can we get... Oh, so what is this? Enable bus and tram track. Anyway, let's do that. Let's try just this thing. If I run it up here, can I? Oh yeah, can I do that? Oh, and just get rid of the one? Absolutely. That's what we're gonna do. So a little green track over there. It looks a little, to be honest, I don't like it. I don't like it in that color over there. But anyway, that's okay. Yeah, to be honest, I really don't like that. Can we just change it to something like this instead? A small street. Yeah, let's just. Oh, we'll leave it like that for now. Leave it like that for now. I'm not going to do the freight just yet. Now let's get ourselves a road vehicle depot. Yeah. For now, just a road vehicle depot is going to be fine. I'm going to bring it in here over here. So let's. Oops, that's the wrong button. Let's turn that in. I'm going to place it up. Too much curvature, doesn't like it. Let's get it to a place where it will work. It doesn't want to work, really. Okay, well then we need to finish the street first. So let's get the street, just a standard. We'll run it like this. Tie that one in there. There we go. I don't know, it's different. It's like a industrial type street instead. Okay, then the building, come back with the building and we'll just tie the building in. Right over there, that's going to be fine. So now we have got something going on there. We do need to give ourselves one of these, not a truck stop, this stop over here. So let's grab one stop right over here, please, like so. So now the guy can just do a loop, come back over there. I hope that kind of works. So let's add a line Start here, please. Go there. And then come back. Okay, but I would like you to... Is that where you're stopping? Let's just see. Can we see? Is that the... Yeah? Seems to be... Yeah, that's fine. It's the right spot to stop. Okay, so there's one there. I needed to rename that. That line will be called... what did we go with? Road, right? Road. Actually, like this. Road. Mug. Local. Passengers. There we go. We'll grab a couple of buses. What can we get? These seem to be the newest ones. So let's get like, say 4 of them. Buy. Probably a bit of overkill here. And we'll get it onto the mug line. There we go. So now, immediately that's going to start running. I do need to put some signals in here, and then we'll extend the passenger line. It takes a lot of effort to get all of this in place. So let's get our signals together. Oh, I might do signals a little bit later. There are some signals over there that can deal with it. I don't think we need tons of signals. Maybe just on the other end. I'll do a couple. I'll just do a little bit. I'll just do a little bit of signals over here. So if we're doing this whole setup that we've got here, how will we be? Okay, so we need to, before we get to our switch, well, you're going to go in there, right? So that's okay. There's not too much to do with that. So let's just get our stuff in here, and we'll go ahead and do the exact same thing with this one. Come on. Find the spot. Okay, now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to do... What can we do? Oh, no, so they're not one way, but they don't seem to be two way either. And we'll just get this guy to potentially stop over there. And similarly, we probably need this guy to just stop over here. And see if that kind of does the trick. And then we'll have maybe one that goes in there. Is that going to be okay? It's just going to be one way. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. Now, okay, so with that in mind, I would like us to grab one of our lines and extend it a little. Are we starting to see passengers use this? Well, probably not, because there's so little going on in that little town. But that's a pretty big stop for us, I think, on the main line now. Now, let's look at our main line. So I've renamed this line just to be main line. So now it starts at Chaos Grad, which is unfortunate. We needed to... to not start at Chaos Grad. Okay, if we pause, right, and I say we'll add our station over here. I'm not sure you can actually move the station up or down the line. So we've not picked anything. So if we now just say that one, it just goes all the way over there. Now, can I draw it up? Doesn't seem to want to do that. So if I just go over here and we now say add that station. Okay, now we come over here and we say add this station. Okay, I think that's about the right thing to do. Then we'll stop that one out there. Now at Malushburg, we'll find a decent spot for it to stop. That's okay. I don't mind it stopping right over there. That's okay at number 4. Then Chaos Grad. And it comes to Chaos Grad. Let's see, and it is running the right sides. Okay, and it's stopping at number 2. Then it goes to van, or to Genesis, to van, back to Genesis, and back to Chaos Grad. And this time around, we'll do the other one. Ha 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 ha, look at that. And now we've got the main line extended out to Malushburg over there, for passengers at least. And we need to start doing some stuff for our... for the rest as well. Okay, so that should be fine. So I'm going to let it run, and then we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully this means that this guy is not going to turn around, and instead it'll run. Can we, what is it heading to? Oh no, it's heading to Malushburg straight away. So there's a little bit of funny business that's going to happen with that straight away. So let's speed it along to see how that goes. I would be very keen to see if we start getting some passengers. That's just going to dash straight through there. I'll do a few signals in there now. We're starting to see maybe a couple of people wanting to hitch a ride. Some people even walking this way. Yeah, so maybe we will in fact see some people. Okay. There they go. Make your way over here. Oh, nice. Nice. We're starting to see some people come in. Not going to be a full line or anything like that, but yeah, at least we're doing some stuff. Oh, I wanted to see how this thing works. Let's see. So that's going to go through there. These guys are able to walk up here, which is something that I like. They're going to hit the bus up there. I don't like that as much, but it's okay. Stop in there. Oh, beautiful. Works really well. Dropping off people. Yes, more and more people. How many do we have? Only one? Where are they going? Oh, they go over here? That's an interesting one. Well, that wasn't a lot. Picked up what? Oh, no, they probably had 93 people on there. But anyway, it seems to be working. It seems to be working. We shouldn't have tons of people on this line, but let's just add a couple of signals on here while we do this, just so that there's a little bit of ability to have multiple trains on this section. Why are you... Wow, it was an autosave. I was like, why are you stopping? Right over there. Anyway, that should work well. Hopefully, when this guy comes back, it should be fine. Probably need to add more trains to it. We're going to see a bit of a hit in the numbers now due to this inefficiency being caused by this section of line here. But the idea is that we're starting to integrate Malushberg over here. We can now start thinking about potentially bringing in a little bit of a boat line or something like that somewhere. Is there something? Oh, maybe over here into Chaos Grad. Yeah, something up here maybe. We can integrate something. Don't know. But somewhere over here, maybe we integrate that and then we run a line in through there so that these guys from this town can connect on. I've got some good ideas about that. And I definitely want to link up food. So it's going to be a freight line though. So we'll have to see. Maybe what we'll do is we'll see about getting maybe a freight out on that side, right? A freight tunnel underneath, maybe just underneath, so we can connect up a bit of a line this direction. Alternatively, we'll have to see about creating a bit of a river crossing over here. Might be a little close, but as part of this, it could maybe work. See about getting something like that going on. But guys, that is going to be it for us for today. We've done some good work in terms of our extension over here. It's going to take a little bit of time for the integration to start generating us money for this little section, but I do like what we've got going on over here, and then we should start moving some of our freight up here as well. So we should extend the freight line. Actually, that shouldn't be a big problem if we just do that straight away. If we just click here, I just wanted to see. I think we can just go ahead and do that, right? Oh, there's a lot of stuff that would immediately integrate here, so that's okay. Maybe let's just get the freight line to also extend. So get the freight line, mainline freight. Okay, pause the game while I quickly do that. Let's add one stop over here, like that. Yeah, I know you're. We're gonna close that one out. We're gonna add this one back. Okay, so now on this direction, you would like to go in there instead. No? Not? What's going on? Oh, maybe we're on the wrong one with this one? It really shouldn't matter. You should be able to... Why would you like to do that though? Okay, let's something's wrong. Sorry, I wanted to stop this, but anyway, doesn't wanna. If I do this one, yeah, that one's better. Oh, I know what the issue is. Okay, let's get out of there for a second. Let's tie these in. Never tied them in. Just come on. Yeah, that's pretty snappy actually. And do the similar thing over there. So now it should work. Now we've got that going on for us. Malushberg into that one. Genesis Freight, and then back to, what are we saying here? There's some settings in here that's not that we should be looking at. There's some cargo settings that we should be looking at over there, but that's okay. So that's okay. So now all of that, now we should have freight running in here as well. Pretty straightforward, really. All of that should work really well. So we'll just get that to run and see if the train comes up this way. Are we picking up some people over here? We definitely should have. 28. That's a good number to start with. And now I'm hoping we will start seeing our freight rail come in as well. We have much less. We've got 2 less trains on the freight line. Okay, so anyway, I will have to up those numbers a little bit and see where that goes. But anyway, we're looking pretty healthy with our money. Guys, if you've enjoyed it, if you have something for the Planning Commission to approve for our next episode, please put that in the comments, or better yet, come and join us on the Discord and have some robust discussion on our next plan of attack. As always, thank you so much for joining. And for all the likes and support. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.